Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad need pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more desto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, don't make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on the board, let them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number.
Coach, thanks. We are about 12 miles south of the future home of the Chargers at the current home of the Chargers, and that's Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New York Giants and our home team. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this does not end well, as he's going to be out of bounds here at his own 5-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. And this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Northwestern's Justin Jackson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
56.
On 2nd down, this is Jackson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Touchdown, LA! Justin Jackson, his first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the first down carry. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. It's caught inside the 25. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, was strictly the...
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Jackson with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Giants take over first and 10. Let's go! At their own 25-yard line. Let's go!
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Check 6-6. Pull it high. Hey, look, 3. Check. 5.
Now Saquon Barkley. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Hey, lock it. Bravo.
On third down, Roper into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. Charles, I don't know what's going on in that defensive team meeting room, but they better keep it rolling. 3 picks last week, 2 here now in the first quarter.
Everyone talks about creating turnovers and getting takeaways, but until it gets put into action, it's just talk. And right now, it's in action and in a big way. Now they've got the receivers wondering if they have to turn around and play more defense instead of running routes trying to take the ball downfield.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again. Roper. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off near the 29. And now running right through it. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football, Charles. Now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
They run on first down with Jackson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Giants' 26-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To the air, Allen. This is caught, and he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. In for the score. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point.
And that's exactly what you're supposed to do with good field position. You make the other side pay when you don't have far to go for the score.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6.
Next to score, Chargers 21, Giants 6. Jake Elliott set to kick.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Giants take over. Let's go! Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They go play action here on first down. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Roper. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Look, squeeze. Hey, Delta.
From the gun, Roper. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 43.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Joey Bosa in on the stop. To throw on 2nd down. Roper, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. So after the INT, it's Allen. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Allen throwing again. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line.
Hey, Sam off.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2.
He's coming. Hey, Haywood.
They'll try and throw for it. And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run with Jackson out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here we go. Motion. Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get hands up.
On 2nd down, it's Jackson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 7 yards there and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 46.
Check, 93's the mic. 90 go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Takaris McKinley on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. On 2nd down now, it's Jackson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Check 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the screen. Come on. Go.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Watch 10.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Myles Jack can just flat out cover. It doesn't matter who's out there, and he can do it really well in man. How about what he just did there in zone, though? Eyes in the right place, saw where the ball was going, reacted appropriately, and knocked it away.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
On the draw, this is Barkley. He'll have a first down past the 40. And down to the 7-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check recon, 132 fighter.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now. Second and goal from inside the 5.
64.
At the 4-yard line.
Hey, I'm shooting.
Barkley. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Kill. Hey, turn it up. Joker. Go. Mike's 49. Get it.
From the gun on third down. Roper. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break, as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Charger drive about to get going. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you got a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now,
or
very
lights
quickly,
out.
Or exactly right. Turn them out. That play's over.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Alert!
Now Allen. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd.
Switch it. Hey, tight. What's that?
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, LA! A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Well, his first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Hey, wahoo!
throwing on first down. Roper. Jerry Tillery gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Evan Ingram was the intended target, and it's third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw from his end zone. Roper. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Trevor Williams there on the coverage.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return, Jackson. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Jackson, 57 yards. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll go to Barkley again, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to make it third down and 10.
Here we go, set, 10 logo. Look, squeeze.
Back to throw. Roper. And that will be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Into this one, and this is a rocket. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Charger drive about to get going. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description, because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
24 is the mic. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Go.
23 yards the pickup there.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Allen off the play fake. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. First and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now Jackson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 36, Allen got an open man, Keelan Cole, and he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Tight right. We got
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. The throw taken in by Cole. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A first down there on a pickup of 25. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. On the run, it's Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley, and he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Roper, nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Joey Bosa, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Go on. Under 10. 10. Check 13. Check 13. Kill. Watch the safety creep. Hey, seam 6.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And now here's another interception. Desmond King picks it. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you are.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. 75 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Joey Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Hey, box drop.
To throw on third down. Roper, they'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he reaches the 38. A full 40 yards that time on third down as the chains move with a lot of room to spare. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He finds his target, Beckham. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A very nice pickup of 30, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And it's for pride now, but the Giants do get a bit closer. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for two. Again, he'll drop to throw. All bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
The Chargers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They run again with Jackson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jackson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. On 1st and 10, Roper, and he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Joey Bosa getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Back to throw. Roper.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So a slight improvement in field position, you might say, from inside their own 10 to this as they come up on 1st down.
Rock it, get it.
Looking to throw. Roper. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. Allen now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Alert, alert, alert. Hey, 4 down, 4 down.
To throw, it's Allen. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 31-yard line. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
24 is the mic. Monday. Watch the slip. Look out.
On first down, Allen. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said,
and my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28, and that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the home team here, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Southern California, so long, everybody.